Question number 71. A generative AI engineer is the task with selecting an embedded model for a recommendation system. The system must process product description and customer review. What factors are most critical for selecting the embedding model? Option A, tokenize efficiency to reduce computational cost. Option B, context length and semantic understanding of the product description and reviews. Option C, compatibility with the pre-trained LLM. Option D, availability of the public pre-trained embeddings. So the question asked is, our goal is require embedding that capture the semantic meaning of the product and product description and review. So for that, option B is the correct answer. Why? Because this is critical since semantic understanding ensure that system captures similarity in the meaning, not just keyword, right? Whereas if you talk about the option A, that is efficiency matters, but accuracy and semantic capture are most critical for the recommendation. And option C, that is the compatibility with the LLM is nice to have, but embedding can work standalone with the vector database. Right. Whereas if we talk about the option D, that is the availability help us in the adoption, but availability alone doesn't guarantee semantic quality. So correct answer is option B, that is the context length and semantic understanding of the product description and review. This semantic understanding is very necessary if we are going for that type of selection. So correct answer is option B. Question number 72. A generative AI engineer tasked with training a chatbot to summarize long technical manual. Many manual content redundant examples and inflate the data set size. What should the engineer prioritize during the pre-processing? So here we have a question asked that what should he do before the pre-processing the data. So for that here we can see many manual contains redundant examples. So why we will use redundant example during the processing the data? So we can remove all the redundant data or examples. So here option A is replace redundant example with the placeholder. Option B, retain all the example of the completeness. So replace a redundant example with the placeholder doesn't work, right? Option B, retain all the example for the completeness. Why we will use this one? Whereas in option C, we can see that the remove redundant example. Yes, we can remove redundant example while pre-serving unique and meaningful content. Yes, correct answer is option C. Whereas option D is exclude entire manual containing redundant. Exclude. This is not proper. Removing is the good because if we will remove it, then our content will be also proper and specific, and the size will be also minimized. So correct answer is option C. Question number 73. A generative AI engineer must pre-process legal contract before using them. A retrieval system. What step is the most critical for improving retrieval accuracy? Option A, retain the entire contract as a single document. No. Option B, chunk the contract by the logical section, such as the clauses or exhibits, and ensure the chunk fit within the model token limit. Correct. So option B is correct. Now option C, split the content into equal size. No, equal size is not perfect. If we have a proper section and if we have a token limit, then we should divide in the logical section so that it will fetch the proper answer in proper way. So option C is incorrect. Option D, randomly remove the redundant section. No, that is also not correct. So correct answer is option D. Question number 74. How can meta prompts help to reducing privacy data exposure in an LLM application? A. Meta prompts can instruct the model to avoid including a specific type of sensitive information in its output. Option B, meta prompts adjust the temperature of less risky response. Option B, meta prompts reduce the response length, minimizing information exposure. Option D, meta prompts block all the numerical output. So, what is a meta prompt? Meta prompt is something which instruction embedding in the system or developer prompt that guide the LLM behavior. This is used to reduce the privacy exposure, and they can explicitly tell the model not to the output certain criteria, sensitive information like name, emails, SSNS. So the correct answer is option A, because option says that align exactly with the function of the meta prompts. Meta prompts can instruct the model. Yes, it's instruct the model to avoiding the specific type of the sensitive information in the output. Yes, it's avoid. So correct answer is option A. Whereas option B, that the temperature control randomness, not privacy. Right. Option C is wrong. Why? Because shortening a response doesn't guarantee privacy and safety. Right. Whereas option D, blocking all the number is over restrictive, not related to the targeted privacy handling. So correct answer is option A. Question number 75. A generative AI engineer must evaluate the success of the summarization pipeline for legal documents. The generated summaries must be concise and include all the critical legal points. Which metrics should the engineer prioritize? A. Latency and perplexity to track the speed and fluency. Option B. Rough and recall the measure content relevant and coverage. Option B, C, blue and response length to measure accuracy and conciseness. Option D, precision and retrieval accuracy to optimal input. So what is the question asked? The question asked is the content coverage. So in content coverage, does the summary includes all the critical point? Yes. And our another is relevance, means it is aligned with the original documents. So for that, if we talk about the RUG is the recall-oriented understanding for the gesting evaluation. This is widely used for the summarizing quality, comparing overlap between the system output and the reference summaries. So recall is the especially important in the legal document. So missing critical point can be change meaning or compliance. So option A is the latency and perplexity. This is irrelevant to summarize the quality. Whereas option C, blue and response length, blue is only used for the translation, not for summarization. Whereas option D is the precision and retrieval accuracy. This is only used to apply to retrieval task, not for the summarization. So correct answer is option B, rug and recall the major content relevant and coverage. So correct answer option B. Question number 76. A generative AI engineer must select a chunking strategy for summarizing government report with 10,000 plus words. What is the best approach? A. Overlap all the chunk by 200 tokens. Option B. Process the entire document as a single chunk. Option C. Split the document into equal size chunk of the 1000 tokens. Option D. Chunk based on the section introduction funding findings ensure each chunk stay within the token limit. So the question asked is the what is the best approach? So best approach is the if we will chunk our section basis of category and introduction and finding, and if that is under the token limit, so this is the best approach and best way to chunking our document. So correct answer is option D. Question number 77. A generative AI engineer is developing a RAG system to answer the question about the company financial report. User have a complaint that answer are the vague and lack citizens. citizens How should the engineer improve the system? A. Fine-tune the model on the financial report dataset. Option B. Use a summarization model to simplify the financial data. Option C. Increase the model temperature to encourage model creative response. Option D. Add a step into the pipeline to introduce relevant citizens with the retrieval content. So the problem asked is answer a vague and lacks CTNs. RAG best practice is the pipeline should entire relevant passage and the ground to the LLM output with the CTNs. So option A is the fine tuning that improve the familiarity but does not guarantee grounding and CTNs. Option B summarization that may simplify but it would not solve the CTNs and wedges issues. Option C, increase the temperature, make the answer more random and creative, not factual or satire. Whereas option D, exactly what we need. Retrieval and CTNs steps ensure the response both the grounded and the traceable. So correct answer is option D. Question number 78. A generative AI engineer must handle biased data in RAG application that deliver hiring recommendation. What is the best approach to address bias in the dataset? Option A. Use only pre-trained model and avoid modifying the dataset. Option B. Analyze the dataset for potential bias and remove the reweighted biased entities to ensure fairness. Option C. Ignore the bias as the guarantees model generate output bias on the user query. Option D. Reduce dataset size to exclude potential biased information. So the question asked is in hiring system, right? Fairness and bias mitigation are critical for the compliance and ethics. So option A is wrong. Why? Because pre-trained model still carry bias. Data set creation and necessary. Whereas option B is correct because it stand best practice of bias detection and mitigation. For example, removing biased data, reweighting and underrepresented group and balancing samples. Whereas option C is wrong because ignoring bias lead to the unfair and non-compliant recommendation. And option D is wrong. Why? Because it reducing the dataset size may worse bias by losing diversity instead of fixing it. So correct answer is option D. Analyze the dataset for potential bias and removing the weighted reweight biased entity to ensure the fairness. Question number 79. A generative AI engineer starts with controlling LLM cost for RAG application deploy on Databricks. What strategy should implement? Option A. Limit API by catching frequently retrievable output. Option B. Use smaller LLM for non-complex queries while reserving large model for critical tasks. Option B. C. Optimize token usage to minimize input output length for each query. Option D. Rely on the fine tuning The largest model for all queries. Option E, increase the context length for more comprehensive output. So the question asked is we have to choose two options from A to E. So our goal is to control the cost in Databricks RAG application. Option A, if we see, then option A is limit API caching frequently retrieval output. Incorrect. Correct answer is option B. Use small LLM for non-complex query while reserving large model for critical tasks. Option B is the one correct option. Now, and another our correct answer is option D. That is the fine tuning the largest model for all query. If we fine tune, then yes, we will get the answer proper. So correct answer is option B and option D. Question number 80. A generative AI engineer must deploy a LLM application that use foundation model APIs. The application need to handle document summarization and integrate retrieval capability. What sequence should they follow to deploy the application effectively? Option A, skip embedding creation and rely on document metadata. Option B, use pre-trained summarization model without retrieval support. Option C, skip retrieval capability and rely on the slowly on the LLM summarization. Option D, configure foundation model API access, create embedding model for documentation, build a vector store and deploy the endpoint. Option D, deploy the endpoint first and configure the embedding model later. So the correct answer is option D. This is the proper way, this is the proper steps. So the question asked is that the task requires summarization, retrieval, RG workflow, and the correct sequence is the configure foundation model API to connect the LLM, create embedding for the documents, and build a vector store for retrieval and deploy the endpoint. So that is option. Whereas if it, so that is option comes in only the D. Where is the option A, B, and C? Skip all the essential steps. So they would not work. Where option E, wrong order. Endpoint must be last. Right. So correct answer is option